The Home Service project was a response to a call from the Arts Council and the Bearing Foundation for commissions to address the engagement of older people in the arts, and they were specifically interested in working with older people in care homes. We know that people aged over 75 have much less engagement with the arts and culture than other age groups, and for people in care homes that opportunity is even more limited. So the Home Service was a response to that challenge really, and it's about bringing arts and culture into care homes and enabling people in those care homes to have the same opportunities as the rest of us.
We've been doing a book club for my part, which is just, you know, an hour and a half of talking about poetry, work collecting stories with just having one-on-one chats with people, and built up a really interesting selection of scenes taken out of people's lives, very much in their own voice, and it's been very inspiring.
The idea wasn't just to collect and create, but also to share back. So, which is why we brought the Story Republicans in, it's actually a training program for emerging performers. And this has been absolutely wonderful, because for me, what's been fantastic is that actually our writers have created work for them. And this is actually the first time we've really actually made that happen. And that feels to me like we've kind of upped the game now.
This project that I'm working at Pengover House is Moments of Breath and Hand Jive. And the objective and aim of the whole project is to bring performance of dance into a care setting. When we'd normally arrive on the first session, I would say there was some sceptical looks. People weren't so open with us. What we've physically seen happen is that now when we arrive, people come up to us, they talk to us, they remember us, they know why they're gathering in this circle, they're looking forward to us, they're excited to what's going to be here. We come out to people, so we're building intimate relationships with people. So we've been introducing songs, performance, and allowing people to get to know us and build friendships and a fellowship between us all.
Partners understand that it's part of something bigger. The activities in their care home are not just one-off activities in that home, they're part of this wider Cornwall-wide project, and indeed projects working across the region, and part of something national as well. And I think the idea is that we learn from each other, so we've got care staff and artists here, and they can be learning from each other, so that we can make sure that the projects and activities that we carry out, benefit the residents most.
I think it's a really difficult job. I think the people who work here, work very hard, and it's a very challenging role. And I thought that I'd like to make something that would be useful for the people who worked here and useful for the people who lived here, the residents. I decided to make prompts for conversation. I had this idea of making cups and saucers. Tea and coffee, coffee time and tea breaks are really important and integral parts of the day, and they're kind of social times where everyone meets and chats. So I kind of married those two ideas. I think a word in isolation on its own, not surrounded by other words, it's very clear to understand, and the word have scope for interpretation. I think with this group, with this particular group, and with this piece that I've made, a lot of it is I think has come from my own response to being here. What would be interesting would be to kind of do something where the group made a piece of work. I think that'd be interesting.
I think this is one of the aims of this project, is very much, is the word entitlement, I suppose, actually, that we all do have a cultural entitlement in this country. It's a hugely important part of who we are, and just because you move into somewhere where you may not go out very much, why does that entitlement go?
Audio Jungle.